Welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in on all of my videos recently. I've been infusing all of the parts of me, all the pieces of Candace Span. So that's real estate, that's home, that's design, home accessories, and then also my faith. And you know, I think a lot of people are tuning into my YouTube channel, and I'm excited. I got a better editor with my videos, and one of my videos like went viral on YouTube, y'all. So I'm like, look at me go. I was so excited. So I'm coming to you again today with another video. Now, of course, faith is all in my life, but I also want to talk a little bit more about real estate. Real estate right now is such a market that everybody is just trying to understand, both agents and both buyers and sellers. And I think I just kind of want to hit a little more on that. Today, though, I'm going to be talking about benefits of buying a new construction home. I know a lot of you may have been watching some of my videos, and if you haven't, I am a licensed realtor in the state of South Carolina, and my niche is focusing on new home construction sales. I've sold multiple homes. I've also sold homes in general brokerage that are not new home construction, but my focus of where I'm trying to tailor my direction is new home sales because I've been doing that for so long. So today I'm going to be talking about the benefits of why you should purchase a new construction home, and then what that looks like for you. And then if it's something that you consider, and if you're in the state of South Carolina, then I think we should connect. So today I have 5 tips, and these are going to be really great tips on the benefits of purchasing a new home. Of course, it's new, so everybody wants to be the first one to live in it. But let me start with the first one. So the first one of why you should purchase a new construction home is you have the ability to customize options and design selections in the home. You can actually have the opportunity to get what you want. So they have this thing called spec houses in new construction. A spec house, you may hear the word spec, inventory, you may hear a field model home. These are houses that are already completed, done. This builder has taken the time to pre-select the options, the cabinets, the flooring, and everything else. And then also with a new home construction builder, they have the opportunity for you to go to a design center. So with the design center, not only do you get to pick out, before you even get to the design center when you purchase a new home, you have the opportunity to pick your home site. So let's just do a journey as if you were to come into a new home community and you're ready to design and customize this house that you want to build from the ground up. When you come into the office, you're interested, you're qualified. Let's say you're already through all those hoops, you have the money, you're ready to move forward. The next step would be is you establishing what home site you want to build your house on. Once you establish that home site, you look through the different floor plans that you like. You may tour a few of these model homes. And from that point, you get the opportunity to choose the house that you want. The sales agent at the time is probably going to begin giving you a quote of all the options that you're looking at. What they do is they take you through the model home, and of course you want everything in the model, but let's be for real. The model home sometimes and most times is out of a lot of people's budget. So when purchasing a home, I always tell my clients, you need to live within your means. You don't have to buy your forever house at the first or second go round, and you don't need to have all these options. One, because if you do build a house with too many options in it, you want to make sure that it's still great market value. You want to make sure that you can still have good resale value and that you don't have the most expensive, most designed house in the neighborhood. Because if there comes an opportunity for you to sell again, then you're kind of going to be upside down and can't sell because you put so many options into it. So the first thing is with customizing and designing options, you have the ability to sit down, go to the design center, pick out your lighting fixtures, your flooring, your cabinets. I mean, you ultimately can be a designer for your house, and it's a beautiful feeling. However, just be very mindful of how many options that you put in it, because when you do go resell and you do want to capitalize on that equity, you don't want to have the most expensive home in the community. A big part of real estate. Now, if this is your forever house and you decide that you're not going to move anywhere else, child, do all the design options that you want, okay? Because you're not going nowhere else. So why are you going to limit yourself on what you can put in your home? So that's the first step, customizing and designing options. You can be like your own interior designer. Number 2, a great benefit of buying new construction is the convenience and the low maintenance. So I talked a little bit about, you have your spec houses, you have the inventory homes or the field model homes. I actually purchased my second home as a field model home. This was a house that the builder had already finished. They already put the flooring, the countertops, the lighting fixtures, everything inside the house was already done. I just wanted the specific home site, and when I found the house that was on the lot that I wanted, I fell in love with it immediately. The beautiful thing about the convenience part of it and the low maintenance part of it is in new construction, it's already done. So there's no fixer upper, there's no having to get new warranties, there's no having to paint as soon as you get in. Everything is already done to a quality for you to just add your own touch on it. And the yards are already done, so it's extremely low maintenance. Now, if you were to buy a detached house and then also you were to buy a townhome, the difference between the two is when you buy a standalone home, as a buyer and as a seller, you know, both sides, you are going to be responsible for the siding, you are going to be responsible for the landscaping, the roofing, the pressure washing, because there is a life of the home that you have to keep up and the expectation, especially if you have an HOA in the neighborhood. So keep that in mind. But another great thing as well is if you don't get a detached, you can also get a townhome that they build in new construction as well. I've lived in several townhomes, and the low maintenance part of it is you don't have to cut your grass. You don't have to take care of your roof, your pressure washing, your pest control. The HOA actually takes care of that. Now, the thing about that is, even though it's convenience, there is a cost that comes with that. So you don't just get to have that low maintenance and not pay for that. Your HOA will probably be a little bit higher than a normal homeowner's house who is detached and then they're not associated with like a whole building of homes. So it's very convenient, very easy. I mean, and also it's a quick buy. So you can walk into a neighborhood, the house is done. And as long as your finances is in order, you can purchase a house within like 30, 45 days. You know, it doesn't take long for homes to close once you have all your things in order. Number 3, a great reason why to buy new construction is you get to pace your finances versus when you're in resale, you have to close a little bit sooner. The beautiful thing about new construction, it allows buyers to pace the money that they have in their account. So let me give you an example. Right now, say you're in an apartment, your apartment lease is up in December. We are in the month of July, and you are so interested in this house, you don't want anybody to purchase this house, but there's still some finishes, etc., that needs to be done. The builder is quoting that this house may be done in November based off of the build time. This allows you to take the time to, because what's happening is while the house is finished, being built and being completed, you don't have to close until November. So all that money that you're going to accumulate for the next couple of months, you have the opportunity to hold and save that money for when it closes in November. And when your lease is up in December, you're only probably less than 30 days out of your lease payment to roll into your first mortgage payment, which will be in January. So new construction does allow people to really handle their finances in a way when they're building it versus like when you're resale. Resale is houses that have already been lived in. Sellers are selling these houses, and when they're on the market, these sellers are looking for a 30-day close, probably 30, 45-day close, and lenders can get it done sooner than later. So you kind of are beating against a clock when you are working in resale because sellers wants to get the house off the market. So keep that in mind. If you do consider buying a new home construction where you are getting the house finished and completed at a certain time. Now, this is not a spec house. This is a house that is still under construction. It allows you to properly lay out your finances. So your first payment, you know, all the bills that you need to get, you know, finished or close out or things paid off. It allows you to strategically plan for your finances so all of that can kind of like coincide together. And I love that. I think it's worked for a lot of people. People need time. You know, some people just don't have the cash. Like they don't have the money to drop right there at the appointment, the down payment, earnest money. Some people just don't have it like that. But for the people that do, it works for them. And it's a scenario that a lot of people love. So number 4, new home construction is a great reason to purchase because you have an established community and instant equity as more houses is built into the neighborhood. So if you don't know, when you're in a new home construction, depending on if it's a community that They didn't just randomly build off the highway or in the middle of like the field. New home construction, it basically prepares you for community. It prepares you to have neighbors. It prepares you to already see the culture and the people that are actually moving into that area. So if you're family oriented, or if you're singles and you're trying to meet other singles, or if you are 55 and up and you want to be in that community, this new home construction community allows you to have conversations and make relationships with other people in that neighborhood, versus like when you buy in resale, you don't really know anybody in the neighborhood. You like, well, this house been here before I've been here, so I wonder if that neighbor cool. The great thing is in new construction, you can kind of see everybody kind of moving in around the same time, or a couple of months after or before one another, so you can kind of see like how people are, how their dogs are, how their kids are, and it really allows you to establish relationships organically, versus like within resale, you do have to kind of like scope out the scenery and be like, okay, they cool. No, she don't really talk. Okay, that's an elderly woman over there. Okay, they got kids, they don't got kids. So it kind of, new construction helps you kind of establish that community. And then also too, with new home construction, you want to purchase in the neighborhood when it's just starting. You don't want to be one of the last ones in the neighborhood to purchase the home. And here's the reason why. What happens is, as homes are being built in this neighborhood, when the market is being steady and not so volatile like what we're experiencing now, the builder increases prices basically every phase or every couple of homes that they build. And typically they'll go up between 2 to 5,000. Now, depending on the community, they can go up drastically. Like I've seen over 5,000, I've seen 7,000, 8,000. They increase sales prices. What happens is, as more homes are being built, as more people are moving in, prices are going up. If you're one of the first ones in the community, that equity is being tossed on top of your home while the rest of the community is being created. Now, if you get to the back end of the community, it's not a bad thing. Some people, it just happens for everybody. I've had several people where they bought the last house in the neighborhood. You may be able to negotiate some incentives. It's the last house, so they may be able to give you a discount. I'm not necessarily sure. But you don't really have that equity in that community, because everybody else has already kind of banked on you being the last one done, and there's not really that much that's going to be added. Now, will the quality of your house still stand? Absolutely. Will it still appraise? Absolutely. Now, with the market that we're in right now, I've seen neighborhoods where the prices have gone up drastically, and then rates have also gone up drastically. So now they have to slash prices or stop building. And then you have everybody's equity at a standstill, and it can be very difficult just trying to manage the market. But what I will suggest is that when buying a new construction home, you want to make sure that you're buying within the first couple of phases and that you're not the last homeowner, because you don't want to miss out on that no sweat equity, as I call it, because you didn't have to sweat for it. You didn't have to add any upgrades into the house. You just lived there, moved in, they add more houses, and it was not even a thought in your brain, and you have equity in the house. And I think a lot of people would love just instant equity, honestly. The last and final tip that I want to say of why you should buy a new home is because you get to put your personal stamp on it, and you're the first one to live in it. Nobody else has sit on those toilets. Nobody else has used that stove, the fridge, none of that. You can put your smell in it. I know everybody's house has like a certain smell, your colors and paints and feels. Like, you're the first one that gets to walk over that threshold and call that place home. And when you're in resale, even though we refresh our homes every time we move into a new one, you don't really get that new home feel. People do revitalize and, change up and do some investments and upgrade the homes, but it's still not the same as it would be as like ripping the tag off and like you're the first one to like wear that. So keep that in mind with purchasing. You have the ability to do all of these things when it comes to purchasing a new home when you're purchasing from a builder. So I want to say those 5 tips again on why you should buy a new construction home. 1, you get to customize the options and you get to select your design selections. 2, you have the convenience and low maintenance of living in a new home. 3, you get to pace your finances and you get to work out all of the payments that you need up into your first mortgage payment. Number 4, you get to establish community. You get to learn about your neighborhood. And then you also get that instant no sweat equity. And number 5, you get to put your personal stamp on this house because you're the first one that lived in it. Those are all the tips that I have with new construction. I have lived all of these actually because I live in a new construction home currently right now. And it's been one of the best things that I've purchased for myself. And I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to be able to do that. And then also just have that financial awareness that I can actually afford that too as well. I really appreciate you guys for listening to those tips. I hope it was something that helped y'all or give you just a little bit of insight on new construction and just how all of that works. I have so much more information that I can share. If you have any more questions about new construction or real estate, please leave them down in the comments. If you are in the state of South Carolina, I am located in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm a general brokerage agent with CLF Home Solutions, and I can help you buy, sell, or invest in any property in South Carolina. I'm here. I'm a new home construction specialist, and that's where I'm focused on. I also am a one-stop shop for all things home. So buy, sell, and invest, but also with home accessories like candles and things on the design side. And then also I infuse all of that with faith and joy on my channel. So that's a little bit about me. I'll have all the information in my drop down box or my detail box below with my website. My website, if you just need to know about where you can find me for real estate, is www.candicespan.com. And then if you're interested in purchasing any home accessories like my candles, my natural hand poured candles that I create currently right now, you can purchase that at www.abundantlifrestore.com. Once again, I really appreciate you guys for watching and tuning in to my channel. Oh, last but not least, my podcast is also on Spotify and Apple, and you can find that by The Missing Piece by Candace Span on any of those platforms. I'll also link that below as well. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.